Every time I talk about VTOL, there are a lot of people telling me that I would have really liked the old hover mode that was once in the game. Now, I joined this latest version 3.13, so I never managed to try it, but today we're going to do our best to replicate the experience. In Star Citizen, of course, we have the maneuvering thrusters that allow us to strafe in any direction, and I often talk about how these maps are very strong and let you hover in any orientation, even this caterpillar. Now, in this footage, I've unbound strafe left, right, forwards and backwards, and so in essence, the only control I have is that of a helicopter, strafe up. I can strafe left and right by rolling, and then adding strafe up or collective. I can pitch forwards or backwards to induce momentum in those respective directions, and I can yaw to yaw. Now, while I don't think this is what we should be chasing in Star Citizen, don't worry. I do think that this is a close replication of what the hover mode was like, and it is fun to test out. With hover mode, of course, you still had some power using your maneuvering thrusters, and right now I have none, but it feels really fun to control your ship like this. As if you're flying a helicopter, focusing all of your attention on your right stick to pitch and roll your ship in the correct orientation to hover or move. As a next test, and to bring the concept a little closer to what you'd expect in Star Citizen, where you're controlling a spaceship and you've got big main engines on the back, I re-enabled the main thrust, meaning that I can use the main engines to go forward, but I'm otherwise limited in the same fashion. So now I don't need to pitch forward like a helicopter, which obviously looks a little silly. I still, however, require right stick, pitch and roll to initiate lateral or backward strafing. And this is very cool. Still, this is not what I'd like to see from Star Citizen. We have maneuvering thrusters and they should work. We should be able to strafe and do all that, of course. However, I do think, as mentioned in my previous video on the flight experience, that this shows how controllable our ships still are when given a lot less to work with. Now, I understand that a lot of people didn't like the old hover mode, it had flaws, but I'd like to ask you, thinking about what you've seen just now and what CIG has in store for us in the future, would you be willing to learn a more complicated system if it meant a more immersive experience that might require a little more work from you as a pilot? Food for thought, and hell, you can't tell me this doesn't look sexy.